From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
Good evening, everyone. Well, for those of you in a hurry, let's go right through Kruger's Quickcast so you can see what we could expect here for tonight and through the day tomorrow. So for tonight, yeah, a nice cool start to the day. Temperatures low to mid, even some upper 50s here for the valley. Now look at Alturas. You could get close to, if not right around freezing, and even out towards Tule Lake, 35, 37 in Doris, but mainly in the 40s for the higher elevations. And we got those mid to upper 40s here for the coast with the partly cloudy skies out there. I'm not expecting a lot of fog for the coast. You take you out the door tomorrow morning, you're heading out to work or getting the kids out to school. A little hazy with some of that smoke out in Siskiyou County tomorrow morning. Temperatures otherwise in the upper 40s to low 50s. You can see the valley temperatures in the mid 50s and, maybe some smoke and haze out towards the valley as well. Let's take you through tonight. Now tonight at 10 o'clock, most of the smoke that we've seen throughout the day today is going to be pushed up to the north. So where you're seeing most of the smoke will be in eastern Siskiyou and in Modoc County. But there still may be some of that smoke left over, especially in northern Tehama County, around Red Bluff, up to Redding, and of course Lakehead along the I-5 corridor into Mount Shasta. But where the most dense smoke is expected to be will be in eastern Siskiyou and in Modoc County. All right, let's take you into tomorrow morning at about 6 a.m. We're still seeing some of that smoke, but it's beginning to disperse a little bit here. Most of the smoke is actually over the fire itself. A little bit of haze out towards the Redding area as well. So as we go through the morning hours, still a little bit of that north wind, much like what we saw this morning. That will bring some of that smoke and haze down. Now, I think it's going to be mainly just hazy, not as bad as what we saw today, but still maybe some haze and smoke around Redding and Red Bluff, where most of it will be to the north. Now, by the time we get into the late morning to early afternoon hours, the winds shift more from the south, and that'll blow most of that smoke back up into Siskiyou in western Modoc County, and then by Friday 5 p.m. most of that haze and smoke should be out of the valley. All right, so let's take a look at Futurecast for tonight and into tomorrow. Tomorrow, it's going to be dry. We're still talking about that chance for rain, but not until tomorrow night. So there's that rain that's approaching. In fact, by about 10 p.m., the coast is getting hit with some of that rain, and eventually overnight into early Saturday morning, everyone else at least has that chance for rain. Stick around for our more detailed forecast. We'll walk you through the timing as we do go into Saturday morning. So there you can see your forecast highs for your Friday. Temperatures continuing to drop, right? We've got those temperatures in the low to mid 80s in the valley, 70s and 80s for the higher elevations. And for the coast, you're looking at those temperatures in the low to mid 60s. So let's take a look at that quick 7-day outlook for the valley. Temperatures continue to drop. The peak of the cooling trend will be on Saturday with highs in the upper 70s. Warming up a little bit for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then cooling down again for the middle and latter part of next week. And speaking of Wednesday and Thursday of next week, chance for showers entering the picture again, getting more into a more cool and unsettled weather pattern toward the middle and latter part of next week. We take you out to Siskiyou County, Modoc County in the eastern mountains. Also that chance for showers Saturday. But again, I want you to stick around for the deeper dive forecast for Saturday's rain forecast, because I think you'll find that this is going to be very unimpressive when we're talking about rainfall amounts. And then it dries and warms up. It warms up a little bit here for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Another chance for showers by Wednesday and Thursday. By the way, I just want to remind you that if you're checking in, you want to check out the latest on the fires and you're watching saying, well, why don't you tell me the latest on the fire? Well, because I record this. So by the time you're watching this, the information is old. So what I would really like to recommend is, number one, you can either watch the 6 o'clock in the morning update every morning, Monday through Friday. That's when I go into some detailed look at the fire, right? The latest on the fire, right? Then at 7 o'clock in the morning on Coffee with Kruger, 7 a.m., Monday through Friday, I also go into some complete details on the fires as well, if there are any fires in the area. In the meantime, if throughout the day you want to know what's going on, go to weathernorcal.com, click right here where it says fire danger. That will give you all of the information that you need. I put everything in a nice centralized location for you on that fire page to make it easier for you to navigate through what the information it is you're looking for, and it's all right there on weathernorcal.com. Your headlines for the next couple of days. A cooling trend continues into the weekend with that chance for showers Friday night into Saturday morning. Slightly warmer to start next week, then cooler again. And with that cooler weather, we've also got a chance for some more rain by next Wednesday and into Thursday as well. All right, so that's a look at your weather headlines. Now let's take a look at those winds and the fire weather risk. We took a look at the smoke here a little bit earlier, but what's our fire weather risk? Well, notice tomorrow afternoon the winds are really picking up, especially in the valley. But this is mainly in response to the storm system that's approaching that will bring us rain, eventually rain, Friday night into Saturday morning. But by Saturday afternoon, you can see those winds will be much calmer. So we look at the forecast relative humidity. We're getting back into the upper teens for the humidity. So we are starting to see the humidity levels increase. And we'll see a much bigger increase in the humidity levels by Saturday, over 30% in the valley, 40 to even close to 50% in the mountains as well. So it looks like conditions will improve significantly. But still, even on Friday, we still have that. You see how a lot of the yellows, we're getting kind of almost in the high range as well. So moderate to high fire weather risk because of those gusty south winds. But by the time we get into Saturday, you're looking at all green on the map indicating low fire risk. Again, you saw how the humidity was low, winds were much calmer, and on top of that, looking at those cooler temperatures too, really all those categories together really decreasing that fire weather risk by Saturday. Let's talk about the chances for rain now. Tomorrow through the afternoon, we're just going to be looking at some clouds and of course some of that smoke that we will see in some areas here. But overall, it's a dry day through the entire day on Friday. By Friday night, 10 p.m., we start to see some of that rain hit the north coast. Del Norte, Humboldt County, the inland areas, the mountains of western Siskiyou County, the coast seeing that rain as well. Everyone else still dry at this point, Friday night at 10 p.m. Saturday morning at 2 a.m., now we're kind of seeing this rain kind of push eastward. So Trinity County, parts of Siskiyou County, Del Norte, Humboldt counties could see some pockets of moderate to heavy rainfall. And it looks like especially the north end of the valley around Redding and maybe Red Bluff getting caught up in some more moderate rainfall. That energy shifts up to the north, makes its way into Modoc County by Saturday morning, 6 a.m. Keep in mind, this is Friday night, early Saturday morning when most of you are probably still asleep. And that's when the brunt of the storm will move through. Because by the time we get into the noon hour on Saturday, all of this rain for the most part is gone. We're still seeing the clouds out there, the cooler air is in place, maybe a stray sprinkle here and there, and then by Saturday 5 p.m., it's pretty much dry. Again, maybe a sprinkle or two for some of the higher elevations, and even some clearing in the valley, clearing out for the rest of us by Saturday night and into Sunday. Let's take a look at the forecast rainfall totals, and again, most of the rain will be along the coast, Trinity County, western Siskiyou County. The valley, it is showing up on upwards of a 3/100 of an inch of rainfall. Not out of the question for Redding, but when you head to as you start heading to the south, the chances for any measurable rainfall really do start to diminish, and we're seeing really not much in the way of rain in Modoc County, Lassen, and even eastern Plumas County as well. Here's your longer range forecast. We're going to take you into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We're going to be looking at a weak ridge of high pressure off to our east. That'll expand into our region. Temperatures will increase as a result, but no need to worry. We're not talking 90s or triple digits in the valley. We're still talking 80s for those daytime highs. So going from the 70s on Saturday to the mid-80s on average for the valley by Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and still dry at that point too. Then we go to Wednesday, Thursday, more of a cool and unsettled weather pattern moving in. At this point, I don't anticipate a lot of rain on Wednesday or Thursday, but we are seeing these systems pass through that will bring at least the north coast and some of the mountains better chances for rain. That will be Wednesday, Thursday. Then by Friday, Saturday, high pressure starts to settle back in, drying out, and of course warming our temperatures back up again. But again, not talking 90s triple digits, still talking those 80s for those daytime highs in the valley as we start to see those storm systems move out. So how much rain can we expect with these other systems coming in for next Wednesday and Thursday? As I mentioned, not a lot, especially in the valley and even parts of the eastern mountains. We could pick up, once all is said and done, for basically Friday night through that next Thursday night, maybe a few hundredths of an inch of rainfall in the valley. So again, nothing to write home about, and I do expect that we could be looking at more than that as you head off to the north and to the west. These numbers are not exact, by the way, just that general idea of where most of that rain will be. Climate Prediction Center just putting us barely within that wetter than normal category. Otherwise, we have an equal chance. These areas in gray right here, that's an equal chance of seeing above normal and below normal rainfall. I know that's kind of a broad brush, but overall we're just not expected to see a ton of rainfall out of these systems. So when we look at the temperature trend here, this is the ridge of high pressure that's been giving us the warmer temperatures. We're in a cooling trend because this cooler air is migrating closer and closer to us for the rest of the week and into the first half of the weekend. That's the peak of the cooling trend. That's also when we see that chance for some of those light showers I was talking about. High pressure settles back in for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, back in the mid-80s, give or take, for the valley and on that time frame. By next Wednesday, next Thursday, this cooler air rides to our north. We see temperatures drop. We also see that potential for some more showers for next Wednesday and Thursday. By Friday into that next Saturday, we're looking at high pressure building back in. So we are going on a roller coaster ride with these temperatures, as you can clearly see in our 10-day temperature trend for Redding. Temperatures dropping this weekend, going back up by Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We drop those temperatures back down again by next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. As we go into that next weekend, temperatures back up into the low 80s. The normal high this time of the year is 83 degrees. You see how for the most part, after next Tuesday, we're actually keeping those temperatures below normal for this time of the year. Welcome sight, right? It'd just be nice if we could get a little bit more rainfall out of these systems, because it doesn't look like it's going to be much. Those wave heights for your Friday, not looking all that bad, but they will start to increase for Saturday with that approaching storm system. So your marine forecast for your Friday: south winds at 5 to 10 knots, waves from the north at 5 feet at 11 seconds. Your high tide, 8:42 tomorrow morning. Your low tide will be at 12:51, just before 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon at 4.1 feet. There you can see your sunrise, your sunset, and no advisories. Just some of that patchy fog, I think, over some of the areas here off the coast here. Temperatures tonight, as mentioned earlier, mid to upper 50s on average for the valley. Now, we are getting close to freezing up to the north here. Alturas, Tule Lake, Doris, about 37. Otherwise, mainly 40s for most of the higher elevations, and upper 40s out towards places like the coast, for example. And we're still seeing some clouds out there even tomorrow, even for tonight, and even into tomorrow as well. So there's a look at your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. 70s and 80s for your daytime highs. Temperatures continue to drop, struggling to get out of the 60s by Saturday. North Coast neighborhood forecast: 68 for Blue Lake, 80 in Garberville and Alder Point, 66 for Shelter Cove, and 68 degrees in Blue Lake. Let's take you up north: 80 for Orleans, 83 for Hoopa tomorrow, 85 in Willow Creek, and there you can see those temperatures mainly in the low 60s, at least for the immediate coast. There's your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast for the Highway 96 corridor, upper 70s, as we take you down into the I-5 corridor, mainly in the low to mid 70s for those daytime highs. Temperatures dropping, going back up, then dropping again for next Wednesday and Thursday. Modoc County, look for a high of about 75 for Canby, California Pines, and Alturas, 72 in Aden, and 76 degrees in Eagleville. And your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast, temperatures in the 70s and 80s. Although the cooler spot in Viola with about 66, 77 degrees for Paradise, and 78 degrees in Kromberg. Here's your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by Walgamuth Painting. Temperatures, look at that, low 80s, 82 for Corning, 81 for Durham, Biggs about 80. We take you up north, 84 for Redding, 84 for Anderson, as well as Cottonwood and Red Bluff, 79 for Whiskeytown, and Lake had a high of 79 degrees. There's your 7-day outlook for Redding. So again, I got that chance for showers in there. The main event for all of Northern California, Friday night, early Saturday morning. Otherwise, anything we see on Saturday will be few and far between and really won't amount to much. Then you can see on Sunday, we dry things out and warm back up again. Mid 80s for Sunday, Monday, dropping back down to the 70s by Wednesday, Thursday, with a continued chance for showers. That's your evening update. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. and live on Coffee with Kruger at 7 a.m. Have a great night.
Wiggly mouth.
Woggy mouth.
No.
Painting.
Wiggy mouth.
It's Woogie Moth Painting.
It's Walgamuth Painting, and yes, we'll paint anything.